Good to see you all. So, is inspiration of any value? We talk about it like it's this. Well, let me answer. I'm just going to answer the question. Yes is the answer. Okay, I'm done. All right. But, there's a little bit more to it because, we get inspired. Things inspire us that happen day to day. All kinds of different things inspire us. And it's lovely to be inspired. I'll tell you, for instance, there are some people that I can think of that inspired me. Simone Biles. You remember her, the tiny little gymnast. Thank you. And she was a foster child and she grew herself all the way into the splendid athlete that she is, and went through a hard time even as an athlete, and has come through it and won all the gold medals and is happily married now and blah, blah, blah. And I think she may go back to the Olympics again. There's something happening with her and other stars. Really, moving to see her and what she's done. And it's not like I can do any of that. It's not like any of y'all, I imagine, are not. We're way past the age for one thing. But, that people do things that, we feel something when we're around them, or we see them, or we hear them. Or like Maya Angelou is one of my all-time favorites. She had a history that didn't speak for 8 years and then ends up being this amazing writer and speaker and guardian of the light. And, and then of course there's somebody like the Dalai Lama who just turned 88. I watched part of his birthday celebration. Oh my goodness, what a holy event in India. Oh my goodness, or wherever it was. Beautiful. And then just for instance, those who know me know this, Steph Curry is one of my most inspiring people. And you may not know this, but just yesterday he did a hole-in-one at the American Classics tournament, which is his second ever. Now, the guy inspires me because he's a man of God and he lives true to those principles, and he plays full out when he plays basketball, but he's also a great golfer. And so he hit this hole-in-one and ran from where he hit it, which was on the tee, 140 yards to the goal, and hit the flag. And he just threw his hat off and he ran, like a little kid. And somebody interviewed him later and said that was a little bit bigger than a basketball court. He says, yeah, it was 140 yards versus 94 feet. It says, yes, I'll probably be out of breath all day. But it was inspiring to see this guy's 30-something, 33, something like that. And he's just exuberant. And he plays basketball that way. That's part of what I like, is he expresses God through great joy, and he does it through basketball. We all do it our own way, but he does it through basketball. And anything he plays, he's an extraordinary athlete. Practically everything he does, he wins. And it's just, just that unbridled, unrestrained joy, like a little kid running 140 yards with his arm out like this, I was just so inspired and reminded to let myself express myself that way. That's what was inspiring to me. So I ask you to consider that inspiration without action is mere entertainment. We can sit and feel inspired and, oh my God, isn't that wonderful? And then it doesn't alter us. It leaves us just as we were a moment ago, but it can. So therefore, that's why I say entertainment. It was a nice thing. We were happy that it happened. It felt good for the moment. But when I say action, I don't mean that you have to go find a golf course and run like Steph Curry did. No, but it can, if you let it, alter your thinking, alter your speaking, and alter whatever actions you take. So for instance, let's just use Steph, in my case, it's like, when I have an opportunity to express, I can stand up here and be, very nice and do a nice talk. And I can express myself, but it's up to me. And it's something that when inspiration occurs, and it does occur, let's say unwittingly, we live life and things happen. I was just so blown away. I must have watched it 6 times, this whole thing of him running. And my friends sent me the video, that's how I found out about it. I wasn't watching the golf tournament. And I just watched it over and over and over again because I just loved that. Because that is the essence of spirit. Joy, love, beauty, that spirit in all of us. And when we have it, allow it in our bodies, then it can show up in life. If it's not present, if inspiration isn't present in our bodies, it won't occur in life. So if joy isn't present in your body, you're not going to do anything joyful. You're not going to express it. So inspiration is a gateway to an expression of you, whatever that is. If you're inspired to speak up, let's say for the first time ever about something, well, do it. Don't stop yourself. When you feel that, spark of spirit calling you, let it happen. That spirit in you. Now, the dictionary defines, what am I talking about? Inspiration as animating action or influence. So that's the point of it. I mean, that's just a standard definition. Then there's the theological one, which is a divine influence directly and immediately upon the mind and soul. Divine influence. So there's a key there. We're being guided by inspiration when it occurs for us. So we see these people or we listen to music. That's a great inspiration is music. Love can build a bridge. Oh, you let yourself sink into that song. You're right in your heart. So we're each inspired by just the beauty of the day. All kinds of things inspire us. And all too often, we step over it. We might say, oh, that's a very inspiring. Sometimes when I hear it or see it written or somebody says it, it's so inspiring. I'm like, well, what was inspiring? They don't say that was inspiring. Like that's supposed to mean something by itself. It does. What did it inspire in you? What moved? What showed up? What message were you getting from spirit? It wasn't accidental. It might hit Meredith as it's inspiring and not me. Okay, it's not supposed to in my case, but it did something for her. The question is, are you using it? Do you take advantage of it and allow it to be an expression of you? It's not accidental that inspiration has hit you. Not in the slightest. And again, if it's not alive in your body, it's not alive in your life. So if you don't allow inspiration to move you, things are not going to happen. And I'm not talking about doing big things. Sometimes you get inspired to do the dishes. Fine. Maybe you don't, but sometimes I do. I just kind of get inspired and I go do the dishes. But we have that capacity because our body is our vehicle to express spirit. That's really all it's for. You could call this a game board. It's kind of round. It's called Earth. It's got all these elements, including us. We're all part of nature. We're an expression of spirit. And we have our game piece, and mine looks like this. And there's nobody else got this. There's only this one. Just like there's only those of you, there's no other than you. And this day has never happened before. And it will never happen again. This very day. This is our day. This is the only day like this today. This one. Sometimes we think when you get an award or something, or you get married or you have a baby or something, that's the day. That's the biggest day. No, today is. There's only today. And today is the day to do something with it, with this inspiration. Should you be inspired, take it with you, let it linger in your heart and let yourself think with it. And like you were saying earlier, Meredith, when you let go of the judgments and the discomfort you feel about things or about a person, all that's left is love. AKA inspiration. Same thing, love, beauty, creativity, wonder, all of that is spirit. So we're being called, inspiration calls us to live from there, to let our bodies express it. Let our bodies, one, feel it. So feel the inspiration. Don't just think it, feel it. You can feel it in your heart. You can get all tingle, let yourself get tingly. So you feel it throughout your body and then take that with you into whatever you're thinking next, whatever you're saying next, whatever you're doing next. Take that with you. It'll make a difference. It'll make a difference for you. In the moment that it's happening, you can let it move through you like your blood moves through you. This takes conscious attention. So you can create being inspired. You can do that at any moment. One of the practices I'm developing is not getting out of bed until I'm inspired about something. I mean, I can get out of bed and go, oh, okay, here we go. I used to get up thinking, oh boy, another day of doing what they tell me to do. And when I discovered that, when I realized that that was kind of the already always listening in my head, then I began to start to change it. So now I'm consciously laying there. Sometimes I listen to music. Sometimes I talk to myself. Sometimes I meditate, but it's all something to move me. Sometimes it takes like 10 seconds. I haven't gotten to past about 5 minutes so far. It hasn't taken that long, thank goodness. But that's the work, is like get myself inspired. I can go out and pretty well be inspired because life is pretty grand. I mean, it has its, as we were talking about, we lost several loved ones this week. So it can have its glitches. But even so, even with death, that's part of living. We're all going there. We can pretend like we're not. And whether we smoke or not, we're going there. Whether we drink or not, we're going there. Whether we take pills or not, we're going there. So we might as well make the most of every day. So I work to be inspired. I've just started developing that, and sometimes I get up and totally forget, but I'm working with this inspiration to let it move me and let it be real in my body and let that be the guide for the day. And when I do, all kinds of things fall away. Judgments about myself, judgments about life, concerns, worries, they're gone. And I'm present with the wonder of being human and expressing spirit in this moment in life. Oh, what a gift. We have this gift that we get to do every moment of every day. And the question is, do we or don't we? So when you're inspired, let's just say you don't practice. You don't develop being inspired. You just let yourself be. Start there. Let yourself be inspired. Let yourself be inspired by the warm weather, beautiful flowers. We are very blessed. Hey, folks, we are right here in California, in the Bay Area. It's hot, hot, hot in lots of places. Well, it's hot for us here, but no, imagine if we were at 116 degrees here. Oh my goodness. It'd be a very different 116 than in Florida or in Phoenix. But we don't have that. We have warm, and we might go, oh, it's so hot. But it's nothing on the scale of hot. It's nothing. It's really wonderful. So let yourself be inspired by anything, by your cat, by a clean house, by a dress or a shirt or some clothing or a painting. Let yourself be inspired. Let it happen. And then when you notice that kind of touched you a little bit, give yourself another few seconds and let it trickle into your body. Let it make you tingle all over. And then use it, because that's spirit speaking to you. That's spirit in spirit. That's you in spirit. Spirit in your body saying, go forth. Go forth and carry that. Carry it, take it with you. Do something with it. At the very least, have a wonderful thought about yourself. That's the minimum to do. And if you're complaining to yourself about yourself and you're not happy about something, flip it over. Well, I did do that much. I did get that done. Or, that's not so bad. I was very kind to Sally the other day. Give yourself a break. Be kind and loving to yourself, because you are spirit incarnate with a body that's still, and we all are still, the whole planet's struggling with it, as we can tell, learning to express spirit. We are really good at expressing not spirit. So we're just now slowly waking up to expressing spirit in our lives. So let inspiration touch you, let it move you, and take it and let it work with you. just open up to it and allow it to happen and let it be the guide to what you think, what you say, and what you do. And then from there, who knows what'll open up. And the more you allow it in your body, the more the circumstances of life do change. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I sure have noticed that I can sit over here and worry about paying a bill, or I can go, I trust spirit and I know it'll happen. And sure enough, things start to open up. That's the only thing I need to do is open up and shift my energy, get back into being inspired and love and wonder. Let that be present in my body. And wow, all this other stuff that seems so impossible to move just moves on its own. It's amazing. It's amazing. And you touch others. That's the other thing, is you touch them. You don't have to talk to anybody. You touch them just by how you're being. Your energy impacts other people. You've probably noticed that you go someplace and you're in, you walk up to the teller or something, there's nobody in there, and you do your business around, there's a whole line. You go to a restaurant, nobody's, there's hardly anybody in there. You go in and sit down, next thing you know, all these people show up. Now you can say, oh, it's because of this, or because of that, but I'm telling you, over the years, Paul and I have joked about, we should go to restaurants and get free meals, because every time we go in there, the place fills up. And it's not just one restaurant, it's wherever. I mean, and it doesn't matter what time it is either. It's the oddest thing. So I don't consider it odd. I'd say that, but I don't really consider it odd. It's quite normal, because the energy that you are, especially when you're being inspired, especially when you're in your heart, causes a shift in the energy of any place, and people participate and they are drawn to that. So yes, inspiration is spirit talking to us and has a lot of value. All you have to do is just not let it roam over into being just simply entertainment and making you feel good for the moment. Use it, because spirit is knocking, and she's knocking all over the place. She's wanting you to pay attention, urging you to please express that. Please let yourself express that inspiration. I'm with you, she's saying. I am with you always. I love you, and you are worth loving. You are me, looking the way you look. So I want you to take me with you in all you do. Ah, yes. She is your best friend. Let us pray. Divine Spirit, beautiful, gorgeous, inspiring love that you are. Thank you for expressing yourself through each of us in our own unique way. There is no one on the planet that is like you or me. Only one of us. In all the billions of people on the planet, there's only one of us. And we are blessed to have you guide this one of us, to express you and to bring you into life. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for the wondrous journey that it is. Despite all the pitfalls and all the glitches and all the downturns and all the other stuff that can get us hooked into forgetting about being an expression of spirit, despite all that, we are grateful. We are grateful for having this opportunity to be you in a human body and to express the beauty and wonder and inspiration that you remind us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. Blessed be, and so it is.